And this Swiss Tech that I got, it might actually work good once it's at like 100% charge, but I don't know. So if you didn't see what happened earlier, last night I got a flat tire. Then today, I got over to Walmart. First of all, my bike tire, I would have to order a special tube because it's a certain bike. It's called a Vibe M1 or something. They don't have it here. I have no way to get that tire mailed here. I have no P.O. box. I don't know anybody with an address. So even if I wanted to fix my old bike, it would be impossible to do because I would have to order the bike tire inner tube off the internet. I have no way to do that. So there's no way for me to fix the old bike because I have no mailing address. I would need to order the tube off of the internet. I have no way to do that. Do you know what I mean? No, you can't. You need a mailing address. I understand that y'all live at home with your mommy and daddies and y'all don't understand English because you're dense. Let me start over. Let me explain this one more time because I see that they didn't get it the first time. I understand that people didn't get it the first time. So let me start over because the first two comments, I could tell they didn't get it. The bike that I had got a flat tire last night. In order to fix said tire, I would need to order an inner tube off the internet. In order to do that, I would have to have a mailing address. Walmart is not where the inner tube would come from. I would have to order it from Amazon. Amazon does not deliver to the U.S. Postal Service here. It does not. What do people not understand? I have no way to order an inner tube for the bike tire. No way. There's no way to fix it that would not cost me $300. Sure, I can go set up a post office box for $120. Then I can order the inner tube, order the 2 additional tools that I'll need. That's going to run me about $120. What is that? $240 to fix the bicycle. That's approximately how much it would cost to fix that bicycle. $240. Everybody always think they know what's best for you, and they have no fucking clue what they're doing. Look around. Nobody knows what they're doing. Motherfuckers that ain't rode a bicycle since Jesus was a boy wants to come and tell me about bicycles. When I see you on a bicycle, then you can give me information about a bicycle. How about that? People always want to say that you're lying because they cannot comprehend. People want to say that you're lying because they don't understand. People want to say that you're lying because they haven't lived through anything yet. People want to say that you're lying because they have no way to conceptualize what you're saying. Honey, I want to punch people like that in the throat because people like that as a small child was not informed that they need to shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down somewhere. You always got to have your 2 cents up in it. I bet you just like that in public. Get on people's nerves. Won't leave people alone. Always got to be up in the Kool-Aid. No wonder nobody wants you around. Look at how you act in a comment section. Hey, John. Hello. You know what I mean? I'm not spending $240 to fix that bike. I can go buy a whole new bike for that cost. Sucks. Sucks. Well, I guess this is my life now. Seriously. Seriously. Actually, I might put this out to lay on. I wonder how long before the cops show up. I've been here for about an hour. It's not good. You don't want to be anywhere longer than 30 minutes. 30 minutes is about enough time to like overstay your welcome. Anything over 30 minutes, you're going to be dealing with law enforcement a few times a day. And here's the problem. When the cops show up, because you've been there so long, what the business will do is they'll actually trespass you off the land, so you'll never be allowed back. So if you are at a food line too long and the cops show up and that's where you buy your food every day like I do, I have 2 grocery stores in this entire town. There's only 2. There's 2 grocery stores within a 30-mile radius of here. I would have to go 45 minutes that way, 45 minutes that way, 45 minutes that way, or an hour that way in order to find another grocery store. There is not another grocery store for 45 minutes that way, 45 minutes that way, 45 minutes that way, and about an hour that way. Do I need to keep like reiterating? Does people get it? When I say there's nothing, nothing. Hay bundles, wild animals. Walmart, Food Line, that's it. If you overstay your welcome at Food Line and the cops show up, Food Line is going to trespass you from the property. There went your food and water. Now you have no access to food and water. That's what just happened to me today. Walmart. Some trolls from the internet called and said that I'm cutting this back to fan funding. Thank you for showing me who I needed to block. Anyone trying to debate with me, that's why I fight with the internet. Y'all come here looking to like have a conversation. I'm not here for that. You're missing the point. You're a child and you don't need a phone. Hello, John. Anyone with a dirty name will be blocked immediately. Only deal with adults over here. Thank you. Hello. Hey, Presley. I squirt blood. Roll up. I'll squirt your blood all over your fucking face. Show up. I'd love to see the blood squirt out of your fucking neck. Roll up. I'm at the Walmart in Madison. Been sitting here for about 2 hours. Y'all got so much to say, but y'all such pussies. How sad. You know how sad it is that you got so much evil intent in you and you scared to implement it? You're a pussy. You can't even roll up and say something to my face. Y'all see me out here. I see y'all. Yeah. For those that don't know, I have stalkers in this town that watch my channel. Usual suspects. Hey, Dan. Thank you. I'm going to use that to go towards a new bike. Thank you. Can y'all believe that? Go up there to buy a bike, transfer the money, standing there, and the manager rolls up. He's like, hey. He's like, we've had several calls. I said, you're being trolled. He said, yeah, well, I said, no, you don't understand. I have a channel. I said, people are jealous of my channel. They think I make all this money. I'm already homeless. I'm here to buy a bike. He's like, well, the person that called said that you were soliciting out here. You know what I mean? And I was so mad. I was so mad that, I guess for me, it's about the principle. Do you not see that I'm homeless? Do you not? And I told him, I said, I just bought a bike like 3 weeks ago and it's already trashed. I said, so I'm back for another bike. This is the manager of Walmart. I get so mad because it's about the principle. I do not understand why adults are incapable of acting like adults. They say that I'm dumb. They say I'm a hardened criminal. They say I'm a drug addict. Then why do I understand it and all of these people that have educations don't? And why is my life constantly impacted by all of the dumb people? And how do they get in positions of power? Because I can't even find a job. And I know I'm smarter than him. The manager. Let me tell you once again what he should have done in that situation. He should have come over to the victim. He should have, you know why? The trolls were trying to get me trespassed from the property so that I didn't have access to food and water. That's what this is about. So yes, I'm the victim because I don't have a bike and I'm sitting under a tree and I'm dying. Like literally, look at me. He should have came over to me and told me that someone was trying to troll me. Let me buy the bike and be on my merry way. I was so mad by his reaction of being a sheep, because that's what you are. You're a sheep. You are. You're complicit. I didn't want the bike anymore. I told him I'd never be back. Thank you so much again, Dan. So no, I have no food or water over here unless it's from McDonald's or Taco Bell, and I can't eat that. Please don't piss me off today. When I say that there are no resources, anything you can, this is what I went through last year when I was looking for work. Remember when hold on, I got to cut this off because, listen, let me tell y'all something. So I looked for work and I started this channel, right? I had jobs and somebody was jealous of the fact that I had a channel, and I ended up moving into my car to save my job. I ended up losing some of my part-time jobs and keeping YouTube, right? Well, then the economy went to shit. I lost all my jobs and I was looking for work for about a year and a half, 2.5 years. And then I filmed a good 18 months looking for work. I was looking for work before I even had a channel too. I was trying to change jobs. So anyways, I would come and I would tell my channel what my job adventure was like. And people would be in the chat telling me to go to staffing agencies, telling me to go to this company, to that company. None of it was helpful information. Not a singular person that ever dropped a comment when I was looking for work helped me. It's not that they weren't trying. It's not that they didn't want to. Life is different for everybody. Everybody has to live their own individual lives, and every path is going to be different, and different strokes for different folks. The same thing is happening now. The same thing is happening now. How many people tell me to get a tent, tell me to find a DV shelter, tell me to find the Salvation Army? I want people to start understanding when I say that there are no resources, that means literally there's no Salvation Army. There's no church service that helps the homeless here. There is no homeless shelter here. There are not even funds that are appropriated or used for homeless here. Most of the country is the same way. Is this what I'm gonna do? Spend 20 years reiterating the same thing till everybody knows the truth? And I know there's some woman going, well, there's homeless shelter in my city. Yes, Karen. Yes, Karen. But let me put it in its perspective, Karen. Your city has 2,500 homeless people, but the shelter only houses 200. What about the other 2,300, Karen? Y'all don't get it. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all are living it just like me. Where's my vape? Y'all, no. It's the only vape I have, and there's no gas station around here. There it is. Well, this is the best I got in me today, I guess. Let's see, nude block. That's crazy. They'll call a place and get you in trouble. That's not right. I lost my truck for the same reason. I lost my job for the same reason. I had to drop out of school for the same reason. I've lost everything because I want to help people. Everyone has tried to silence me, get me to take my channel down. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, this is it. The only other place over here to buy a bottle of water is going to be the Dollar Tree, and that's going to run me $3 a bottle for a cold one. And once again, that manager, he was only concerned with if he was being filmed or not. He's like, oh, can I ask you to stop filming? I said, it's my public right to film myself in public. Why don't you be more worried about doing the right things in those situations instead of what other people are seeing you do? Like, if you're so concerned about being filmed, why not do the right thing? And you should be doing that anyways. Why do I need to cut the camera off so you can do some crooked shit? Yes, 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 yes. 100%, yes. Hey, Flutterby. You know, it's crazy to me. People are so concerned with my camera, and they don't give a fuck about my situation. I don't want shit from them. But you could show a little bit of compassion for a woman that you know that is homeless and you know spends every fucking penny she gets in that goddamn... I bet you... I don't even know. I mean, honestly, I don't even know. Just this week, probably $150 and I'm homeless. Water, food, hygiene stuff. We went, remember? Protein. And you gonna believe some 18, 19, 20-year-old kid that don't even know me and believe that buffoonery over cell phones? I've been filming all of this too. So I filmed myself in there. I filmed myself in there. I've never harmed a child. I think you're projecting because you're a sicko. I filmed myself in there. Surveillance footage films me. I didn't even speak to a customer while I was in the building the entire time. Y'all know this is part of the reason I stay away from people, because if you get around people, they'll start saying that you said shit that you didn't. How sad. Nobody can tell the truth. I didn't even talk to a customer the whole time I was in the building. So instead of the manager using his brain, he automatically takes the side of the person that's lying. This has happened for 2 years. I've caught every bit of it on camera. That's the reason I don't have a truck, and it's the reason I'm homeless, and it's the reason I had to drop out of school, and I'm broke. It's a group of teenagers, y'all. It's a group of teenagers who had a channel. Their channel failed. Somehow they found my channel. They wanted to do an interview with me. I refused to have any kind of contact with these people because I've never met them. I don't know them. I don't meet strangers off the internet, and all this hate has gotten spread, and I've lost everything over it. This is past illegal. And now I don't have access to food and water today because I have no bike and I have no way to get there. There's nothing. I have no access to food and water because I don't have a bike. I cannot walk 6 miles with that book bag. Not in this heat. It's 100 degrees. I'm interested again how this is my fault. Any of this. If you're out here in 100-degree weather, you're probably going to need about 8 of these a day. That's a liter. Yes, 8. I had 5 yesterday, and I'm still dehydrated because I didn't have enough yesterday. I did say a gallon yesterday. I did. I said you'd probably need about a gallon of water to be out here, even in the shade. How many liters is in a gallon? I don't know. I guess maybe 4. So 2 gallons of water a day. Sounds about right. That isn't fucking insane. Ain't nobody ever told me. No. Ain't nobody ever told me that homeless people would need 2 or 3 times much food and water just to survive. I didn't know that. Now I know. I didn't know that their asses were literally black. Black. My ass is black. It's bruised from sitting on the concrete. Even this grass hurts. I didn't know. I didn't know they didn't have anywhere to shower. I didn't know that they went without eating days. I didn't know that the majority of homeless people didn't do drugs and alcohol. The media, I blame the media and I blame the government. Most people think that most homeless people do drugs and alcohol, and they don't. It's crazy. And next year, it'll just get worse. It'll just get worse. I mean, we already got the highest homeless population we've ever had. It's the worst it's ever been. I bet if half the country becomes homeless, things will change then, huh? That might happen. It might happen. A 44% reduction in damn funds for the disabled and elderly and HUD and Section 8 and homelessness. It's not going to help. It's only going to make it worse. It might impact the country in a way that we've never seen before. Because the trickle-down effect, the dominoes will fall over. People will lose their jobs because they don't have a roof over their heads. And these things go together. I don't know, man. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. I live with Randy. First of all, there's tons of videos on this. Randy is a person that sexually abused me. I was 16 years old when I met him. He was almost 60. That is my abuser. That's who we refer to that person. They come into my life acting like family. They used and abused me for years. There's tons of videos on my page. Thank you. You see what I mean? I'm over here talking about something that's important, something that's going to happen, something that's already started to happen, and people are just bringing up dumb shit. We talked about Randy, about my sex trafficking situation. We dealt with all of that last year. So if you want to know about that, then go find the videos from last year. Because there's like 100. And actually, those are titled better than the ones today. It'll actually say, my abuser, my story with my abuser, or my sex trafficking story, or whatever. My criminal record. There's a video that says that, my criminal record. And you can actually see the computer. I just find it crazy that people want to come here and bring up dumb shit. I need to be, thank you, George. I need to be worried about how I'm going to find food and water today. You know? How am I going to get there? Man, Price, my tire got a flat tire last night. I got a flat tire last night. The front tire is blown out. I would have to order a new tube through Amazon. I don't have a way to do it. Nor do I have the tools to fix it. So we went into Walmart to get a new bike. And I was indecisive. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted because they're so expensive. And like, I just spent $200 on a bicycle 3 weeks ago and now it's broke. And I get in there, I roll the bike up to the register, and just like people from YouTube had called and got me fired from my job, they had called Walmart and said that I was soliciting people. So I told the manager that I didn't want the bike and that I wouldn't be back because he's an idiot. You see that I'm homeless. You know that I have a page. That's what he said. I said, you know I have a YouTube page. He's like, I said, you're being trolled. He's like, I know. He's like, can I ask you to stop filming yourself? No, you can't. And I won't come back in this store because you're treading on fucking rights. I'm not going back in there for that very reason. You want me to stop filming myself when you're aware that I am homeless and that I make money by filming myself. But to spare your fucking ego, you want me to stop filming myself. My civil fucking right to film myself. You want me to stop filming myself. And this is how our rights are disappearing. Because people's egos and feelings are more important than our rights and facts. He should have come up to me and said, hey girl, like, I know you're homeless and stuff. Sorry about that. Hope to see you get back on your feet soon. You trying to buy this bike? And I would have been like, yeah. Paid him for it. And you know what I did? I actually showed him my bank account. I pulled up my Cash App. I said, I don't need to solicit anyone, honey. I showed him that I had just put $200 in there to buy the bike. I just wanted him to know that he's a horrible person. A bitch. He doesn't deserve his position. He's a bitch. He's a sheep. Let me tell you why. Because he fed into the drama. He got scared. He shook in his boots and he fed into the drama. Instead of coming up to me, being professional, apologizing, and letting me know. That's what you do in that situation. When you see a homeless woman out here by herself, you look out for her. When you know that someone is stalking her from the internet, you inform her. And you wish her well. He was more concerned about people hearing what he had to say to me rather than doing his job properly and being a decent human being. He's a sheep. Scared. Scared to ruffle any feathers. He should have been like, hey girl, somebody's calling and lying saying that you're in here soliciting. We done rolled the cameras back and saw that you ain't spoke to a single person in this store. I told you I could be a better manager. I just showed you how. It's ridiculous how dumb people have gotten. Oh, I walked out. I left the bike sitting there. I'd rather starve, Sarah. That's what we're doing. We're making a point. Making a fucking point. How dare you see me come in this store as a homeless woman, filming myself to make a living, exposing myself, showing the realities of the streets, okay? It gets no more honest than this. And you want me to stop filming myself because you feel uncomfortable that you can't do your job properly? You know what I would have said? And you know what I said? I said, unless you want to give me their phone numbers. And he's like, oh, so you want to protect the bullies. You want to protect the people that have been stalking me for years. Calling every location I go to. I go through this on a daily basis some days. Sometimes multiple times a day. Remember last week? That was all recorded. This is why I record everything. Because if it wasn't recorded, y'all'd say I was crazy. Y'all'd call me a meth head. Y'all'd be right on the bandwagon with all my haters. My followers would be one and the same, you know? Very weak-minded. I agree, Nikki. That is very weak-minded. When you see someone in my position and you want to defend the bullies instead of helping the woman in my position, it goes to show how weak he actually is. His position on this earth, let me tell you, as a man, let me tell you what your responsibility is. To protect women and children and to provide and to walk in the light of the Lord and to spread the Lord's word. That's your mission in life as a man. And when I said, oh, well, let me have the phone number, he got real scared. He was like, oh. You're right. He's very weak. Very weak. Hey, Susan. Yeah, I know. And you see, I go without sleep, I go without food, and people want to say, oh, she's on drugs. No, this is the elements. This is the condition. This is why why homeless people get a bad rap. You sleep 8-10 hours a night. You get up, you go to work, you make you breakfast, you drink you some water out the faucet. If you did not have that bed, that faucet, that cup, that meal, you wouldn't be going to work. I can promise you that. You wouldn't be going to work. If you went without showering, without eating, without sleeping, you would not be going to work. Yeah, exactly, man Price. I agree. And I even questioned him. I said, you do know that you're being trolled, right? I said, I have this happen everywhere I go because I'm a channel owner. And he's like, yeah, I know. So why are you pulling me aside? What do you want me to do? At that point, I was pissed. I said, you can keep the bike. I'll never be back in here. Don't play with me. I would rather die than give my money to a multi-billion-dollar corporation where their employees don't know how to do their damn job after I applied at that Walmart over a dozen times. That's one of the locations I was trying to get a job at back in 2022, 2023, and 2024. And you got a manager in there that's dense. This is why I be angry. This is why I get frustrated. Because everywhere I go, it's people like that in positions of power they don't deserve. And they're dense. It's crazy. So crazy. I'm telling you. Like, so you admit that you know it was a prank call, but you're in my face to tell me, but you don't want to give me the number. And you want me to stop filming myself because you don't know anything about civil rights and constitutional rights. I say, you do know that everybody in this building is being recorded, right? We're under surveillance at all times. Every time you walk into McDonald's to pee, you're under surveillance. Every time you get your car tires changed, you're under surveillance. Every time you go into Walmart to buy groceries, you're under surveillance. What is the problem? I swear to God, if this is that stalker, I've got a warrant for him. I swear to God, if that's him. I don't think it's him. I think it's an old lady. It's not him. Don't play with me. I'll find a fucking ride to take out a fucking warrant. The stalker, remember LAX 4127, whatever, that guy, Jason Sanchez, the one that maimed that girl that was stalking me around town. See, that's another thing. I go through stuff like that, and it's all been filmed. There's no denying someone that's on camera over 40, 50 times stalking me around town. 2 police reports. I haven't took out a warrant because I haven't had time. If I see him one more time in my face, I'm taking out a warrant on his ass. He will be arrested. Don't play with me. I will find a ride for that. I'll suck a dick just to damn lock your ass up. I wish I could. I wish I could suck a dick for anything. Some food, some water. I wish. I'd be jealous of these dirty whores out here with no conscience. Not really, but kind of. Damn, they eat good. They get to go shopping. They got a nice house. They don't got to worry about gas money. Getting plastic surgery. Why did I get this big ass conscience? I hate life, y'all. I hate life. I'm sorry you're going through psychosis. You probably shouldn't be here if you're going through that. You probably shouldn't be here if you're going through that. Anyone, you know, it's crazy because I'm allowed to share my location when I'm threatening to whoop people's ass, but they don't ever pull up. But then there's other trolls that come in trying to drop my location. Y'all know how I feel about that. Like, come on, man. You shouldn't do that to any woman. I don't care if it's a woman that works in an office and showcases her life. If somebody jumps in the comment section and says, oh, what state is Megyn Kelly from? Shut the fuck up. Why are you telling her personal information? I mean, we've gotten to a point where people are just blatantly disrespectful. And once again, is it a lack of intelligence? Or are they just inconsiderate? Because there's no in between. Either they don't know better or they don't care. You know? It's crazy. I ain't always had self-respect. I used to disrespect myself all the time. Killing myself, drinking. I'm so exhausted. I can't even contemplate walking that damn stretch. In this heat, fuck it, we'll do it, but I gotta do it my way. Since I'm such a bad guy, let's go sin. This is crazy. And I've barely had any water today. Fuck, man. I'm just at a point, y'all, where I want to literally smash somebody's head into the curb. I would pay for the opportunity to curb stomp my haters. I really would. I would pay. I don't know where I'll get the money from. I got like $150 right now. Is that good for one curb stomping? If somebody can bring me one troll, I got $150 for you. I think if I could just stomp one out, that I'd be okay for like another 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? Y'all don't have that? You don't have that in you? Like, I used to need to fight. I couldn't go no longer than maybe like 6-7 days without getting in a fist fight in school. I used to need to fight. I'm like itching, you know? It's been a good, 7-8 years since I've been in a fight. I think I can do a better job now that I'm physically fit, though. Sometimes I just need... No, I was never a fighter. It's okay, Robin. That's okay. It's probably a good thing. That's why you're not a felon. That's why you're not a felon, Robin. For real, though. Yeah, me too, KK God. At least an argument. You know how mean kids are. I was always that kid taking up for somebody. My best friend was deaf. Somebody was always trying to pick on her. I was always kicking somebody's ass for being evil. I'm not joking when I say that my adult life is the exact thing as my child life. And it's in my child life, I was marked as the problem, just like in my adult life. It's crazy. I don't know how to put it into words. I came into this world a fighter. Defending others. And that got me in a lot of trouble in school. A lot. Hey, Lily. Bye, Lily. It got me in a lot of trouble. And then I did the same thing when I was 18. I was defending that guy. And this is part of the reason I stay away from people, because they know that, like, you'll defend them and then they use you as, like, some pawn in their game, and then you're wrapped up in handcuffs. Ask me how I know. That was my whole childhood. That's why I served 2 years in juvie. Somebody was picking on my brother, and I punched the kid in the face, and he almost died. I was actually aiming for his throat, but I really was. I wasn't trying to even hit him in the face. Shit happens, you know? It's crazy. But once again, he was a bully. Just like the 2 girls that got stabbed, they were bullies. Interesting. I'm not doing it. I'm joking. I'm not doing it. Let me get on my other phone and see if there's somebody I can buy a bike from that'll bring it here. I don't know. Maybe there's somewhere on Craigslist. I don't know. Y'all don't understand. I don't think people understand. Like, I'm going to end up literally dead. I have no food or water and no way to get to food or water. Sucks, man. I needed that bike so bad. That was my lifeline. That's how I was able to survive. Have fresh clothes every day. Look halfway decent. Be able to buy food. Without a bike, I'd have no way to get there. And I'm not going back in that damn Walmart. And that Walmart is the only place in this entire town that you can buy a bike. So I'm fucked. I'm completely fucked. I'm hungry. I've been hungry since this morning. I haven't eaten today. It's all the water I have left. And I have to pee again. And I can't go back in that McDonald's. I've already been in there for hours. On and off since this morning, since like 6 this morning. I can't afford an electric scooter. How much money do you think I make? How much money do you think I make? I'm in the sun, Matt. For those idiots that don't know how sunlight works, when sun goes into the eyes, and they're actually burnt. When sunlight goes into the eye, oh look, when I get the phone closer, they get bigger. When light goes into the eyes, the pupil gets smaller. It's because I'm in sunlight. Some of y'all hate yourselves so bad, you better hope I never see you out here in the streets, because since you hate yourself, I'll make sure to send you somewhere where you can hate yourself for eternity while you're on fire. Okay? Pussies. Is this person for real right now? That's a troll account. I should have blocked them 4 comments ago. No, I don't have my computer. I would have to have my computer to have my Facebook. My computer is 30 miles that way. Nope, no Facebook. I tried to log in this morning and it won't let me in. It sent me some kind of verification bullshit to my email. Once again, I need my computer. Shouldn't even be going through this. I did just drop $200 on a brand new bike like 3 weeks ago, but yeah. I mean, everything's broke on it. The handlebars, the gear shift, the chain, the seat, and now the tire. For $200, I put it to the test, I guess. Am I just rough? I mean, I know I do play around like a little boy, but for $200, for $200. Yeah, I know, Sonny. I'm starting to see that. Thank you. That's what I was talking about this morning when I said that I think that my whole life society has saw something in me that I did not see in myself, even as far back as like kindergarten, because I used to have adult teachers that would bully me. You're supposed to be my teacher and you're spitting in my face, literally. Yes, I've had teachers spit in my face. More than one. 2 or 3, actually. You know. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, even back then, they were trying to destroy me. Make me out to be the problem. The black sheep. Oh, it's a problem for me to tell my mother that you punched me in the throat while damn spitting in my face. Okay. I'm the problem. Yeah, how does that bicycle being broke, how is that my fault? I don't get it. The only way that I would have an opportunity to return that bike right now is if I bought another bike to bicycle to the other bike and then struggled for 15 miles back into the city to try to exchange it. Like, I would have to get food and water and prepare for something like that. I have not had food, water, or sleep. You cannot take on those types of endeavors when you have not had your basic needs met. You will collapse in the street at my age. Nope. Well, hell, I'm starting to stink now. Now it's getting to the point where I ain't going to be able to go in nowhere because I stink so bad they won't let you eat in there. I'm stressed out and I just don't know what to do anymore. You know? It's crazy because when I first started getting stalked by these people that called Walmart, when I first started getting stalked by them, everybody said that I was crazy and on drugs. And now here we are a year later where they don't even hide the dirt that they do. And everybody just acts like it's nothing. Do you know how illegal this is? Everything I've been through, from the Planet Fitness incident, those managers lying on me, to my being fired from my job because of a lie, to now being kicked out of Walmart because of a lie. Do you understand the legalities? This is illegal. This is what gang stalking is. This is what cyber stalking is. This is a crime that I have filmed for 2 years by the same suspects. I've lost everything over it. This is so much deeper than what most people can comprehend because most people have eaten and had sleep. Cheaply made stuff. I mean, what? For real. For real. Who would think that? I mean, imagine if you bought your kid that bike for Christmas. Hell, by January, the middle of January, it's broke. Imagine you bought that bike for your kid December for Christmas, December 25th, and by the second week of January, the bike was completely broke. That's what just happened. That's what just happened. The only reason that that happened is if people are buying bikes that children are not actually riding and no one's complaining about the poor quality of them. Or they're just buying a new damn bike every damn 3 weeks. They got money like that around here? Like, make it make sense. Do you get what I'm saying? Anyone that's covering their face or looks gang affiliated will be blocked. You're not the type of follower I'm looking for. Do you know how oxymoronic it is to make false claims that someone is a hoe when they're broke? You can't say that. That makes you stupid. Yeah. You can't call somebody a hooker and then say they're a bum too. Because if somebody's a hooker, then they have money and they're not a bum. They're using their bum to make money. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm talking to the children in the back that are dense. Oh God, no wonder. You know, it's oxymoronic. There's so many times that these trolls contradict everything I say and do on here. They contradict themselves. They call you a whore, and then they call and get you fired from your day job. Well, if you had such a problem with me being a whore, why did you call and get me fired from my day job? I needed my day job so I didn't have to be a whore anymore. Right? How many of these situations do I have to go through for people to realize that I'm the good person in the scenario? I guess that's my question. And that what's happened to me is not only illegal, but, you know, could be profitable in the future. Like, you know? Thanks, Blake. No, karma ain't gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. No, karma ain't gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. You know, the difference between me and most people is that I actually have strength and drive. Every time I get knocked down, I get up stronger. Most people don't operate like that. These haters that are obsessed with me, that have a hard-on for me, they don't have that in them either. They don't have strength. They don't have willpower. They don't have intuition. They don't have drive. They don't have anything. They're losers that have to steal someone else's hard work in order to try to make a dime. And they won't. And any dime that they ever make will become mine. Mark my words. Mark my words. This is temporary. This is, I guess, to show people that I'm not the bad guy. That I'm actually the victim. And disproportionately have been since I was a child. The trolls are part of God's plan. To show y'all, to guide y'all in the right direction. You know what I mean? Any penny that's ever made off of my name will be my penny. You know, the sad thing about children is that they think that you're old by the time you're 30. They don't appreciate wisdom, learning from their mistakes. They haven't made it that far yet, you know. It's really dangerous to be out here playing in grown folks' business as a child. It might come back to bite you in the long run. In this case, it will. I'm patient. And I'm persistent. My haters are not. My haters don't have any of that. You know what I mean? I can cut your throat. Oh, yeah, that's the way of the world now, Sarah. That's most people. This is what I'm trying to show y'all. That's the upcoming generation feeding into degeneracy. There's different levels to this shit. I mean, I guess they call it social class, but I've met rich people that were disrespectful, didn't have any home training, and were keyboard gangsters too. I think it's a moral problem, you know? And actually, in certain settings, the lower you go, you know, the more crime and poverty you see, the less morals you see. And so when you get into poor communities, there is more drama, there is more mental health problems, which causes, you know, more drama, you know. You do see that with the poorer community. That's why in the poorer communities, the crime rates are higher. Domestic violence is higher. Child abuse is higher. Drugs and addiction is higher. You know what else is higher? Mental health problems and petty behavior. Most of the rich folks I ever hang around, they was nice, proper, sweet, kind. Decently. Not all of them, but most of them. I mean, it was a different level of, what's the word? Decor? No. What's the word? It's just different, you know? This upcoming generation, they've been raised on degeneracy. They've been raised on cell phones, and so they're going to gravitate towards stupidity and drama. And, you know, I am what a lot of people wish that they were, you know? So not, yes, yeah, actually. Yes. So they're going to hate you off the gate because of that, you know? And then I speak truth, and I don't speak woke ideology. That, you know, you know, it's like just because it's 2025, everybody should support the LGBTQ plus. Excuse me, fuck that. Absolutely not. I'm not burning in hell because you need validation from some person that's not even part of the damn group. Excuse me, while I go find your morals and values for you. You see what I'm saying? They want to make you be out to be the bad guy when you're actually the rational person. It's always been that way. That was a troll, Kimberly. That's what they do. They come, they act like they know me. None of these people know me. And I don't know you that well, but yeah, even my members that pay, none of these people know me. I don't think that people come in the chat and they talk to you, and I guess people just make up in their head these parasocial relationships between people. He was coming to act nice just to get some attention, just to troll the account with that name. You know what I mean? I will later. I can't right now. I gotta pee right now. Right now I'm trying to find the energy. That's what I'm saying. How weak I feel. You don't understand. I feel extremely weak. My head is dizzy when I stand up. I feel lightheaded. I feel nauseous. My feet hurt. My legs are starting to swell again. I physically am aching. I cannot physically get up and do everything I need to do. This is what I'm saying. I'm going to end up in the hospital. I'll be in the hospital before Sunday at this rate. People do not understand that this is actually like a life or death fucking situation. They act like somebody's going to roll up and save the day. No, I have to save the day. And the only place to do that was Walmart. And I can't do that now. Food and water is what gives you energy. Exactly. Ow, I hurt so bad. My hips from sitting on concrete, sleeping on concrete. Everybody knows that I'm a fighter and that I'm going to be a millionaire one day and that I'm going to help people, and they're trying to stop me by ruining my chances of survival. If you think for a moment that that's not the case, then please leave now, because I don't need you here. If you cannot understand that these people are physically trying to kill me, I don't need you here. I mean, do I have to die for a law to be created? Because I'm willing. It might happen. I mean, I know I'm going to die, but like, seriously. How can people take your job, your car, your school, your livelihood, your ability to stream, your food and your water, and nothing be done about it? That's what's happened to me. That's what's happened to me. And I can't do anything about it. I can't take any legal action. I've filed reports. I've filed over 60 police reports in 2.5 years. They tell me that I can sue these people in court, but how do I find them? The only people that can find them is the cops in Walmart now, because Walmart has the phone number, but they wouldn't give it to me. So maybe that's part of this too. Maybe this is why this is part of God's plan, is to bring awareness to this, because this is not only illegal, but this is one of the most unethical things that has ever been showcased on this platform, ever. What I have been through, losing my truck, my job, my car, my livelihood, and now access to food and water, nothing like this has ever taken place on this platform before. You're watching it in real time. When, at what point does it take my death, me actually dying out here on the street after losing everything, my home, my land, my children, my car, my career, after losing everything, when I die out here, is that going to be enough for new laws to be put on the books to protect people? Because the laws are not up to par with the type of cyber crimes that I have been through on the internet. Maybe it's part of God's plan. Maybe I have to die and people be like, oh shit, remember what happened to her? She had a group of like 12 bullies that wouldn't leave her alone for 2 years, that spread a bunch of lies. Do I have to die for all the truth to come out? Seriously though, it's ridiculous. The president just signed an executive order for the homeless. That, bless your heart, Nikki. That is to remove the homeless off the streets. Where do you think they're going to go? See what I mean? Do you see? Thank you. Thank you for saying that. You proved my point. You see how Nikki automatically assumed that since the president signed an executive order that all of these homeless people were going to be helped. Let me tell you what that executive order is for. That executive order is to arrest homeless people, to break up their encampments, send them to jail, or send them to drug rehab. Let me tell you something. Here's the problem. Most homeless people don't do drugs and alcohol. See, that's the problem. I say stuff like that and people automatically assume everything out of my mouth is a lie because they don't realize that what I say is true. Look it up. Fact check me. Fact check me. Google it right now. Do most homeless people use drugs and alcohol? The fact is that we probably have around 1 million to 1.5 million to somewhere between 1 million to 1.5 million homeless people. Of those million homeless people, only around 350,000 of them do drugs and alcohol. Around 400,000 of them do not do drugs and alcohol, and they're in my exact position. Every day, they struggle to find food and water. They walk or bicycle to get food and water. They sleep on the streets. They sleep on the ground. They shower in the river. And somehow they manage to make it to a job and work 8 hours before they do all of that over. This is why I'm disappointed in this administration. I really thought that they were going to go in there and reform things. They're going in there and they're creating new problems. Do you realize, Nikki, he did sign an executive order. He did. That executive order is going to cut housing for HUD, Section 8, low income, people with disabilities, and the elderly will be disproportionately affected. That funding is being cut in 2026 by 44%. It's not to help the homeless. It's to hurt the homeless. All of those people that are going to lose their funding, they're going to go from a Section 8 apartment to the street. As I said this morning, at the end of this 4 years, maybe I'll have 150,000 followers. Maybe my predictions, maybe people, usually no amount of evidence will convince anyone nowadays. So maybe my predictions will have to fall in line right for the next 5 years for people to be able to see that I got the intuition of a saint or something. I don't know. Because I've predicted all of this. Last year, when Trump went office, I said it's either going to be the worst 4 years we've ever seen, even over the Biden administration. There's a video of this. Last November. Or it's going to be revolutionary and they will do things that have never been done in this country before. How's it going so far? How's it going so far? And as I said this morning, it's my prediction that the next 4 years are going to be worse than the last 4 years. I predicted all of the job layoffs. I predicted all of the bankruptcies. Hell, apparently I can predict weather patterns too. I mean, shit, I predicted that fucking fire in Key Largo. That was crazy. Yeah. Pretty much everything that's happened, there's a video of me predicting it months in advance. Not only that, but sometimes I'll comment on a situation we don't even have the full information on, and I'll be like, I bet y'all, blah, 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 blah. And then when we find the full information, it's the nail on the head. Government sucks. No. Not better than Biden. You're not listening. You're not ready. Nope. That's what makes it so sad. That's what makes it so sad, is that the Biden administration was horrible. It's the worst thing we've ever been through. How bad could it be? Buckle in, bitches. Buckle in. Hope you got your helmet. I'm talking economically. I'm talking homelessness, worse drug problems. If they cut that funding, all of those people are going to be on the streets, right? I'm not saying that they shouldn't have dialed it back, the spending. But what I am saying, all of those elderly people, disabled people, they're going to be on the streets next year. Mothers and children, whole families. $44% of funding. I wonder how much money that is. I wonder how many people that covers. And that's going to halt any new projects probably. If they were building more Section 8 apartments or low-income apartments, that's going to halt that. Ain't it crazy? It's kind of like when the poor, the people we voted for was still pulling for the elites instead of for the people, you know? We're starting to see that now. Just the beginning, no doubt. One lion. One lion. Let's see here. I want to see something. How much is the Trump administration cutting from HUD and homelessness and the elderly in 26? 44%. That's almost half. Let's just say that we had 1 million people right now getting assistance and 44% of the funding got shut off. What happens to half of those people, or 44% of those people? And how many people? That's crazy. Trump administration, it releases additional details of the budget request, slashing HUD rental and homelessness assistance programs. They plan to cut 44%. And this is going to affect HUD's affordable housing. This will also be taking money away from homelessness resources and community development programs. It would also impose changes to rental and homelessness assistance that would leave more families struggling to afford rent and increase the risk of homelessness. That's what I said. It's bad, y'all. It's real bad. Hold on. How many families receive HUD? Oh my fucking God. Y'all, 5 million people. Y'all, that could be like 5 million people. Let's say that 2 or 3 people live in each unit. People have children. People have grandmothers and mothers that they take care of. 5 million people could really be like 7 million people. You know what I mean? These people are insane. They're absolutely fucking insane. It's one thing to cut funding. It's a whole nother thing to create a whole nother fucking problem that the next administration is going to have to clean up. And that never will get cleaned. That will never get cleaned, you know? What is going on? Hey, Derry. What did I miss? So I am semi-right in my assumption that cut dairy, because you seem like you might know. I am right in my assumption that cutting that funding, it's going to leave people on the streets, right? I mean, I know the units would still be physically available, but the money ain't there to cover the unit. So those people got to go somewhere, right? Yeah. On July 17th, the House Appropriations Committee approved a 2026 HUD funding bill that cuts public housing funding. 44% of money that used to come out of our budget that would go towards these places to cover rent and stuff for families who were struggling, low income, people who were homeless. This is where the resources are. This budget is what we would pull from to create resources for homeless people. And that budget is being cut 44% next July. I've been completely bamboozled. Oh God, I'm a grifter. Please donate to my channel. Oh, my Cash App. That's how your girl's gonna be able to get a new bike. What is going on? Is this, y'all? Yes, more people being homeless. I know. Well, if there's like 5, almost, we don't know how many people live in each unit, but if people have children, that's gonna affect a lot of people. That could be millions of people. You know, if they cut, even if it was just half of 5, that's 205, that's 2.5 million people. And that's still more than my prediction. Remember, I made a prediction earlier about how many homeless people I think this was going to add. So I said a few million. Didn't I say like 1 million? Or I said 100,000 to 1 million. Now it could be more. We only have approximately 750, 800,000 out here now, and you see the problems that we have. Could you imagine if there was 2 million more homeless people out here? Well, there might be, and if there is, you can thank Daddy Trump for that. Yeah. See how Nikki thought that this homeless executive order was to help people? They spin it one way in the media. They lead people to believe that good things are happening and then good policies and new laws are being made. It's all bullshit. How many years of politics did Brooke report on before she found out the truth? 9 months. Thanks for asking. 9 months. I was a leftist for 10 years. Came to the Republican Party 9 months ago. And within 9 months, I was completely, utterly disappointed. And I called it all. Everything that's happened, the Epstein files, all of that I predicted. Everything that's happened, I've predicted last year. It's crazy. I need an editor. I need to put my email back up on there. I need to create an email. Y'all want to go to McDonald's and get a cup of coffee and create an email? You're not going to be able to hear anything. You're not going to be able to hear anything. Yeah, it is Trump's fault. Trump ran on fight, fight, fight. Remember? He wanted truth to be spread. Remember? I do. He said he was going to release the Epstein files, 10,000 hours of videos. Remember? He ran on honor. Remember? Bringing this country back to a respectable place of rationale. I remember. Because I was telling people to vote for Trump. I'm disappointed. It was all buffoonery. The only time the right nor the left are incapable of doing things for the citizens. The right and left are incapable of doing what's right. The right and left are complicit in evil together, okay? The right and the left is the swamp. They're both in the swamp. They're part of the swamp. They have been for generation after generation, will always be. They will work, the right and the left will work together before they work for their own party. The civilians of that party. That's the truth. Trump was bought and paid for just like Joe Biden. Buckle in, bitches. I hope you have a helmet. As of now, I am no longer affiliated with any party. I'm starting my own party. It's going to be called We Got Morals Over Here. Seriously. We got morals over here. Is this even charging? I don't think it is. Start my own party. We do things the right way. The morally correct, ethical way. Oh, damn, this thing done charge this thing up quick. You shitting me. Okay, so this is that battery bank from Walmart that I paid $50 for that I couldn't get the charge. Like I said the other day, I bought it. It was only half charged. It wouldn't even charge a whole phone. It was like 60% charged, but it wouldn't charge the phone. I figured once I used a different type of adapter to plug it into the wall, it's like an adapter that goes to like a toy car, okay? It's a micro USB, the old school one. I figured if I could find one of those, that it would charge it up better. It still takes it about 6 hours to charge, but it's charged that phone and this phone almost completely full, and it still has 70%. But I know once the battery gets below like 50, it drops faster. I don't think it's worth the $50. I would still recommend the $40 Energizer. Hey, by the time we're done, I can damn do camping reviews. I would still go with the $40 Energizer battery from AutoZone. This was $50. It is a wireless charger. You can set your phone on it right there. It does have more ports. I guess, you know, if you needed something that had all of these ports, then I would recommend this. It's got like 4 or 5 ports. The Energizer one only has 3. So, tomato. The Energizer one, though, it charges up in probably about 3 hours, and it'll charge 2 or 3 phones as well. And it was $40 from Advance Auto, and it also came half charged. So both this one and the Energizer one both weigh about a pound each, which is torture. Yes, yes, that 1 pound be breaking my back, okay? Because you got 1 pound here, 1 pound there, 1 pound here, 1 pound there. All them 1-pounders end up being damn 40-pounders. Now you got a damn toddler on your shoulders, you know? Hey, baby bird. I gotta find a bathroom and maybe I gotta make a new email. I have been dragging on that. Since I ain't got nothing to do today, we can work. Let's go work. I gotta create a whole new email. Why? Great question, because the trolls troll my email. Anytime I put my email up, the trolls just come and send me hate emails and fake emails and all of this stuff. So I got rid of my email because of the bullying. That was 9 months ago. Remember that? Do I really need to show my life tonight? I can. Do y'all? No, I'm asking my followers that for anyone that is genuinely curious about I'm really home. Are we still having this discussion? I thought most of y'all knew that I was homeless. Like, I'm homeless. I am willing to go a full 24, 48 hours showcasing everything with no interruptions. If you need to see where I sleep, we can do that, but I won't be able to sleep because I'll be live streaming it and it would put me in danger, so I won't be able to fall asleep because I'll be worried some dude off of live saw me and is gonna come stalk me. You know what I mean? Bye. I mean, seriously, does somebody think that I'm not homeless? I don't understand. I'm genuinely confused. Like, is that why I don't get help? Because people think that I'm lying about being homeless? I mean, I'm genuinely asking. Is that why I don't get help? Because there's this lie circulating that I'm not really homeless, that I go somewhere else at night or something? So here's what I'll do. We'll film 24 hours. But like I said, I'm not going to be able to get any sleep tomorrow. So I'm going to be super sleepy tomorrow, probably passing out in public. Is that then going to get turned around that I'm doing drugs? Because I think it will. I think I'll stay up all night showing y'all me living on the streets. I'll get no credit for it, no grace. Go through absolute hell. Not even get 5 minutes of sleep because I've shown where my sleeping spot is. Then I'll have to move all of that stuff elsewhere because I've done shown the internet where my sleeping spot is, because that's smart to go back and sleep somewhere where I've showed 80,000 men where I sleep, right? Do you see how this is going to create problems? And I think that regardless of what I do, I could go buy a drug test right now and piss in a cup. I still think this is going to be a problem because the fact is that the children that are stalking me, they're jealous. Okay? This is ridiculous. I feel bad for people that, like, literally have no life. Like, if they tried as hard as I did, they might have actually had a decent YouTube channel, but it failed, you know, because they're degenerate. They spread nothing but hate. They don't realize that they are the problem in the world. They don't realize that all they're doing is bringing me new followers and helping me make more money. Please donate to my channel. I don't know what I'm going to do about a bike, y'all. I don't know. And by the way, anyone that wants to come and say that I'm, like, you know, scamming for money, no, there's an actual fucking video last night. You can see the tire is flat. I'm getting sick of that. You know, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these trolls, they got mom and daddy that'll come behind them and wipe their ass, you know? I don't have that. I've been on my own since I was 16. And the fact that I owned property, land, a home, and a truck was a miracle. I worked my ass off to get all of that, and a bunch of haters stole it from me. Just like all my YouTube stuff, you know? It's the same. I've just been over it. I mean, I've been through this so many times. You know, it's so crazy because yesterday we went and we swam in the river, and I had my shampoo, my hairbrush, because that's why this book bag is so heavy, because I have my bare essentials, you know, and I show my bare essentials on here all the time. That's why my back hurts. And then people will get on here and say, your hair's too clean to be homeless. Why don't you sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up, stick around a little while, and you would see that I washed my ass in the river yesterday on live. I'm gonna get something that says, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, stick around. Oh, there you go. Another shirt slogan. Another slogan. Seriously. Too many people open their mouths when they shouldn't. And what do they say? Nothing of importance. Nothing that matters. They're talking about how clean my hair is. Thank you. I know it's beautiful. It's one of my best features. Thank you. When it's not humid. Going back over here to sit on the ground. This is life now. This is how it is. I mean, I literally cannot even walk a mile down the road with that bag. And I have it. It's not like I can leave it here. It's my ID, my phone chargers, my other phones. It's not like I can just tuck that somewhere. Where am I going to tuck it? Where are you going to hide it? Where do I hide it? You know? Where do I hide it? And risk getting robbed? Can't walk in the damn heat with that damn thing on my back. I'm about to die just walking into the bathroom and back. I'm exhausted. I'm hungry, tired. There's nothing to eat around here.